Hey guys, welcome back to Ghost Gabbers. I'm Joe.
I'm Jason.
And we are here to talk about ghosts.
And hopefully two ghosts.
So today what we're doing is another talk with the tools. So as we're breaking things down to let you guys know what we use or what other things are used in the field, we want you to have a better understanding. So when you're watching TV shows or watching some of our investigations,
Right.
You get an understanding of what you're looking into, how to use things, and how to go and research your findings. Today's touching subject,
Voice recorders.
So as we go over voice recorders, we're also going over voice recording options. So I have this voice recorder right here. We're ranging anything that's free all the way up to 20 or hundreds of dollars worth of things. Find something that works for you.
Now with this one over here, this is something we've talked about before with a dedicated tool as opposed to an app that you put on your phone, which we're going to get into. Now if you do go out and buy one of these, they work great. Do your little research before you buy on range and sensitivity of the microphone. And also, with any piece of equipment that you use, read the instructions and play with it at home before you go out in the field so you have a great understanding of how it actually works.
Absolutely.
Now over here, as you see on my screen, I have a voice recorder app, which was free. And this works dedicated to just recording sound, which is also great and free. And like we talked before, you always have your phone with you. So if you're someplace and something impromptu comes up, you already have the voice recorder ready to go. And what's cool about this one that I found is I can edit the recording on the spot, so I can take out the stuff that's irrelevant and post it and share it. So with that, we're also going to talk about how to use them. One thing we learned right away early is you shouldn't be holding it in your hand like this. And if possible, sit it down somewhere. Why? Because you move your hand, it ruffles and muffles. So
It also picks up wind.
Also picks up wind. So if you have a chance to sit it down on a flat surface, by all means do that.
So when you do that within this particular one, we've also noticed that even by touching it and pressing record, you can hear that little sound.
Right.
You have to take that out and you have to put it in consideration when you're doing your research. Jason has another one. I have another one. The amplification is different on every single one. Find one that works for you. Some have external mic options where you can actually amplify what you're listening to. As Jason said, one of the best things to do is to not hold it in your hand, put it on something solid and leave it there, press record. If you want to walk away, we've done that plenty of times.
Right.
Leave the item in a spot, have a video recorder watching it, and then you can leave. You might stir something else elsewhere, and then this will pick up everything else there.
And one thing you should do when you're doing a recording is when you first turn it on, take that pause because you're going to make sound at the beginning. But make an audible documentation of where you are and what's going on. Like, okay, we're in this location, we're in the living room at this location. And if you start to walk away, say that's my footsteps walking away. Things like that just makes it easier when you go do your review.
Absolutely. So the three things that we wanted to talk about, one, we've already touched base, is what is a voice recorder? We're going over that right now. It's just something to document every little thing. Joe, make sure you pick up laundry. Joe, make sure. It's just a voice recorder.
Right.
Make sure that you give yourself the understanding of what's happening. We use it for paranormal investigation because it amplifies everything in your surrounding atmospheres. We can pick up things that are outside, little kids down the street that we can't hear. This will pick it up. That's where it helps us in the field.
The paranormal theory behind it is that it picks up sounds on wavelengths that we cannot hear with the naked ear. Thus, the EVP term, electronic voice phenomena.
I'm
right.
on different wavelengths.
Hey, we're just talking about wavelengths. So, yeah, and that's where the different sensitivity comes in, where you sit it in a room, like not holding it in your hand, all those kind of things. Experiment with it at home before we start. And you might pick up something. So we have right here, hold on, give us a second here. We have an external Bluetooth speaker that we're going to share something with, and hopefully it's loud enough for you guys to pick up over the camera.
So the two things before Jay jumps into this, what we want to do is give you guys an understanding. This is great when you want to show people your evidence without having to put on earphones and listen to anything. These are the things where we find evidence and we want to give it to you guys, and this is so everybody in the surrounding area can actually listen to. This is one of the aspects that we're talking about. Do voice recorders actually work? Do they pick anything up? Jason's going to give you guys an understanding of where we were and what took place here, but we're not going to tell you what we hear. We want you guys to listen for yourselves.
But real quick, what he's talking about with the earphones, there are, fortunately with this one, we feel it's loud enough and clear enough for you to hear it with the naked ear without headphones. But there are times when you're going to need headphones, and that's something we'll talk about in another video. So with this, here's the setup. Queen Mary, Long Beach, California. For all you paranormal buffs, you know about it. We're not going to get too in depth of the story. So we were fortunate enough to do a nighttime investigation with a small group of people, and our group was off to the side in a spot down in the engine room where the story, which is a true story, of one of the workers died on a voyage where he was crushed in a door, unfortunately, and he died on that spot. So we did some experimentation in that spot. We ran some voice recorders. This recording was actually picked up on Darlene's phone voice recorder app, like I have, and we discovered it approximately a week later when we had time to actually review it. And so I'm going to play it for you. You're going to hear some noise because it's going to sound like running water, because remember, we are still on the ocean. And then
the other thing that we were doing here, not just the EVPs, we were also conducting the dowsing rod experiment. So we were trying to get in contact. I was doing the dowsing rods. Jason was there asking questions, and so was Darlene.
Right.
We're the only three people that were sitting there. Everyone
No,
else.
actually, we had two other people with us.
So there's two other people with us, but we can account for everybody who's talking,
In our
walking,
group,
making noises or anything else. So without further ado,
so here we go. Hopefully,
you guys can hear it.
oh, they made to put that a little closer.
We're really sorry that the door took your life.
Are we speaking to John?
Open, yes.
Open, yes. That's yes. Hi, John. Do you remember speaking with us upstairs with the girls? If so, cross the rods, please. So one more time, we're not going to play the whole thing.
We're just going to get to the part where what we heard was afterwards, because Jason starts talking immediately afterwards that we don't hear anything there. It was picked up on the record.
So if you guys make out anything, we're not going to tell you what we think it says. Please comment, and here we go. Do you remember speaking with us upstairs with the girl? So right there, you can hear a clear, intelligent voice responding to our questions. Like Joe said, you can tell we don't respond to it on the spot at all, which is the theory of the EVP, where the energy is communicating on a wavelength that we cannot hear with the naked ear. That's why we use electronic devices to try to pick it up. So hopefully you guys heard that, and we look forward to some comments on it. Please make them, no rude comments. We'll take those too, because at least you're listening.
Exactly. All we want you guys to do is understand with what we're doing and going out into the field is we want you guys to see what we see, hear what we hear, and experience what we experience. We're going to have a bunch of skeptics that are out there, and unfortunately, there's nothing we can do to change your mind.
Right.
But what we can do is we can accept your criticism. It's absolutely fine if you don't believe in ghosts.
Because, like we've said before, what we just presented to you, we're not going to tell you that it's paranormal. That's for you to decide. We feel wholeheartedly that it is paranormal. But, like you said, that's our opinion. And everybody's entitled to their own opinion, but let's also be respectful of everybody's opinions.
Exactly. So for this particular one, electronic voice phenomena, the EVPs that Jason's been talking about, voice recorders,
Apps on your phone.
Apps on your phone, anywhere price range from free all the way up to hundreds of dollars. Find something that works for you. This has been something that has been working for us. We have other EVPs. You want to talk to us? You want to find out what other EVPs we have? Drop some comments. Let us know what you guys want to hear, or if you want us to do another video of just the EVPs, drop a comment. We'll try and put the whole compilation together just so you guys can hear the other audios that we heard and see if you guys can figure it out for yourself. So on that note, I think that'll end this particular one.
Right.
And we'll start looking into the next ones. We have other things that are coming in. Stay tuned to the next videos. Again, I'm Joe.
I'm Jason.
And we are the Ghost Gabbers. See you guys on the next one.
Gabbers out.